Hi Sagittarius, welcome, welcome, welcome. It's such a pleasure to read for you, per the usual. And also, as you know, these readings are timeless and signless, so you actually don't need to have any significant Sagittarian placements at all in your natal chart for this message to be for you. And you don't have to be watching at the time that I'm publishing this reading. You know how energy flows, it just is there as, you know, you're able to magnetize it and as it is relevant for you. If it doesn't resonate for you, I would invite you to take a step away, come back a little bit later, and then see how they resonate for you. Oh, this is really hidden. Interesting. Okay, before I go there, if you'd like to work personally with me, you know exactly where to find me. You can also select the link to my Etsy page, which is somewhere on the page that you're watching right now. Okay, so there's some energy that's still off in the distance. I'm getting about 3 to 4 months. For some of you, this energy is presenting as a son, so congratulations, yay! This is really nice. Somebody here is going to have a new baby boy coming into your life in some capacity. Remember, this need not be biologically, like, you know, through your body and whatnot. It could be through adoption, but it could also be, because remember, it's dealing with energy, it could also simply be that you have a prearranged meeting from beyond this time and space, a prearranged meeting to come into union or connection with a person, male, female, gender non-conforming, who was a baby boy for you in another lifetime. Whatever this is amazing, and this is going to be a very positive union is what I'm getting. So I'm using the word union because I know some of you may be triggered, not like angrily or whatever, but triggering your conscious mind ideas about that word. So I want you to break that a bit. Union is not just some relationship thing like, oh, I'm in love and my twin and this and that. No, when we talk about union, it means the coming together of disparate parts. It means coming together of, you know, things that were once not in alignment. So when that, just I looked down, it said 2 minutes 11 seconds. So that 2 and 2, that's 22, right? Or 11, however you want to look at it. But what I'd like you to know is this is a coming together. Oh my God, 2 minutes 22 seconds. That's what I'm talking about. This is a coming together between you and I'm getting a couple of people for some of you as well. So for some of you, this is not just one person, male, female, gender non-conforming, age does not matter. It could actually be that you're giving birth to a child who carries this distinction. It could be that you're adopting. It could be that you meet somebody for romantic interest. It means that you come into a new best friend. It could be a new coworker that becomes a lifelong partner or friend, whatever it is, right? But they're not coming alone. It's like coming with a community. Now, who's the community? It could be something as like a little brother in tow, right? Like, so let's say maybe you do adopt and then you find out they have a brother and you're like, okay. But also the guides are saying for some of you who this is actually a birth or an adoption or something, this little brother could be down the line as the little brother for this baby, male, female, gender non-conforming, actually is born, right? So it doesn't have to be like, oh, they know each other yet on the physical. So just keep your options open, keep your mind open. 3 minutes 33 seconds. That's just a little aside for some of you. Okay. Now, what else I was going to say? Oh, I think that's also relating to this energy because this looks like something that's hidden. And as I'm touching it, I'm now becoming conscious of the fact that every time I move this, it blocks out that light, right? So it's like not only are we not seeing this full picture of something that is here and giving off its aura, but we're also not seeing this light. This light here is flickering in and out. And just in case you guys didn't know, this is actually pretty high up because I'm using an overhead camera and I'm taller, so I'm actually looking down, but when I look down, I'm not looking at the desk at all. I'm looking at the camera itself. So it sometimes renders different. Like, for example, you can't see it. Maybe, I don't know if you can, but when I look at the desk, I don't see a light coming on right here. But when I look at my camera, there's a light protruding on screen, woo, like that. So yeah, okay, and they use these things in the reading, and just as they're about to right now. And what I'm seeing is this light coming on to the desk, and it's like tethered to the back of this card. 4 minutes 44 seconds. It doesn't matter what's on the back of this card, by the way. You know, we don't need cards to read. They're just placeholders, and so we can read the backs of cards too. But what I'm seeing is it's like this shooting star. It's like whew, coming in really fast, and it's like turning around and you know, coming towards you, the way, and it's like hits you straight in the chest, so to speak. And of course, the first thing we're going to think about is the heart, right? But remember, it doesn't have to be romantic stuff. Although, let's keep it 100, it very well could be. But if this is a romantic lead for you, if this is something that's coming in for you as a romantic lead, notice I said lead because, you know, the universe can supply to you, but if you're not willing to accept or allow and stuff like that, you can pass it up. But the reason, oh wait, what was I going to say? And so if this is coming in for you as a romantic lead, it would be a very, very, very deep sacred contract that you've enacted. And as I'm saying that, I'm now seeing the image of the desert at night and like a pyramid looming overhead. And you imagine the stars and the quiet that's over the land because it's dark. And it's a desert. So what animals are you hearing doing too much at that midnight hour or whatever, right? And it's just you and the wind and whatever lighting is above you, the moon or whatever. And then there's this shadow that's cast by this pyramid. And even the pyramid itself is partially illuminated and partially shadowed by this light source. And there it's very, very, it's like you being at one with what, right? Source, whatever you want to call it. So my point is that is more of an essence and more of a connection. Like, how can I say? That is more representative of this soul that I feel coming in than you would find today. Like, oh my God, we totally met each other at this party, or like he knows my friend, or you know, I just started this new job and this is my new coworker. Like, that's so shallow and so superficial. And I know we all kind of like got married and this and that and met people and all of that in these ways. But if you could understand and see the flow of energy, you would be super, super selective with who and what you connect with. There would be, your life would be completely different. The things that you, paths that you followed, the people that you entertained, you'd be like, oh no. Because it's like looking at a shallow kiddie pool versus, and in kiddie, K-I-D-D-I-E, but super cute, K-I-T-T-Y too, shallow kiddie pool versus the deep depths of an ocean, right? And so just pointing it out, you know, when your girl, me, always says, hey, get that shadow work on. Hey, what are we doing? Come see me. You know, we'll get you squared away. This is what I'm talking about. How can you see anything that's outside if you can't even see inside? In fact, you're seeing what's inside projected onto the outside, but you're still disowning so much of that you're just making no headway, right? And if some of you are like, but I am, Janelle, I am doing what I'm doing, then, you know, pardon me, then I'm not talking to you. But who knows who these videos are going to, but this is what it is. People don't understand the vastness of what is. And if they understood, they would be less likely to enter into unions of any sort, whether it's romantic or selecting a best friend or selecting a place to live or landlady or house lord? What, landlord? What am I saying? Landlord to entertain, right? So anyway, so we see this something coming, and it's like, and you, flickerings of lights, it's just not, see, I can't even move my hands yet, it's just not there yet, and you're just getting the auric field of it a little bit, if you can focus that long. Now, I am being drawn to this card. What is that? It's just, the light just shone. Look at that. 22, this is what I'm saying, okay? Don't play, guys, don't play. 22. So Spirit is saying, oh, and here's the good thing. Oh, okay, this is nice and redeeming. I say redeeming because I don't like future talk, because it's like, dude, I want it now. Thanks, Muse, for reminding us about that. But what they're saying is, now get this. All that stuff that they were talking about, the depth of character and the depth of this soul, and how it's like off in the distance, you're only seeing the auric field about it now. Now they're giving us a little news update or alert. For some of you, and I'm throwing in the word some because they're just telling the narrative here, but for some of you, that person is actually here now, right? And some of you are like, I know it, right? And then some of you are like, oh, I don't know. If you're still in this place, like, is this person, or is this, you know, situation, is this what Jay Bunny's talking about? Well, I would invite you to go back or rewind this video and feel into what I was saying when I was talking about being just you alone in the depths of this desert night, where the sounds are so silent, where the temperature is, it's cold, it's night, where there's just overhead lighting like a moon maybe, or and some stars, and the wind is blowing, and there's a sense of solitude. And then you see this large pyramid in the distance, but it's close enough to kind of be looming, and it's partially illuminated by the lighting and then partially shadowed, right? Think about the energy of that. It's silent, and it's potent, and it's profound. Go to that space, pull it into your body, feel it, and then ask your guides, or set the intention if you like, whatever is good for you, that you will check that person, whoever you're thinking about. Remember, it doesn't need to be romantic. Check that person against this energy. And how you do that is you just say easily, because you're a creator being, you're a sovereign creator being, what you say goes. Just because you can't see what you're doing, this is why we're getting stuff we don't like, right? But from that place of feeling and knowing, you just say, show me yourself. 11 minutes 33 seconds. Show me yourself. Then you're talking specifically to that being. So what you're doing in that moment is you're calling the essence of that being, 11 minutes 44 seconds. You're calling that person at their soul level to show themselves to you. Are you that somebody? Thank you, Aaliyah, for letting us know. Are you that somebody? Are you this? Are you that for me? Are you, who are you? What are you doing? What are you doing? Right? And then when you spend time with them, or the next interactions that you have, they will have no choice but to show up. 12 minutes, 12 seconds to speak to that. You've issued a call because you are, and they must respond to that. And that response is either they show up in a way where you guys could be doing the same thing as normal, gouging on your pizza, laughing, all this, and then they just say one thing. They're not even aware that they said it at the conscious mind level, or did it, or whatever, or moved a certain way, and you're like, that's the person, you are the person. Or they can completely answer it in the opposite way, where they'll show you, they'll be tripping all over their, look, I can't even talk now, I'm feeling my tongue being like moved to not speak or something, right? There'll be things that will trip them up. They'll be probably fumbling all over themselves, and that doesn't mean that your person, if they're just naturally klutzy, that they're tripping, and this means that they're not the one. No, maybe that's just how they are, but it will be clear to you, right? Maybe it's just the energy must occur because you've spoken it, and it must occur, and that's it. And then with that energy, with that understanding, now I see you like holding this knife, a cudgel, so to speak, or holding it. And it's like doing this dance. It's like cutting the cords if you need to, if that is the case. And remember, if you're like, oh, this is not my person, okay. If you are about that life where you're like, well, I'm actually looking for my person, and I don't want to, miss that opportunity if and when it's coming in, or when it's coming in. I see they're coming up. It's already coming up. For some of you, it's already there. For some of you, they're saying that you just need this confirmation for yourself. So some of you may be like, oh, they're not going to be the one, and it's going to be exposed and to me, and that's what it is. But they're saying it could be, and it's just, you just need to see that, and they want you to see your power over any given moment as well. You have power to manipulate the physical. You're doing it every day. You don't believe me? Look about your house. I guarantee you, if you come in and you see me, I'll show you how all of this, no matter, if you just got to be ready for the answers, that's the thing, how it's related to what you've got going on in your belief system, whether it's an ailment, something that almost took you out, whether it's, whatever it is, an accident, your bills, lack thereof, whatever it is, come see me, we'll get it squared away. But either way, the guides are saying this is something you can do, and of course you can decide whether you want to move forward or not, but cutting the cords will only help. It never sends people away. It just clears.